that pretty impressive bit of landscape behind me is the Great Western Tier. I'm going to make my way tonight to a cabin at the bottom, just over in the corner, the Huntsman's Hideaway. Tomorrow I'm going to walk up over the top. That'll put me on the Central Plateau in amongst any number of beautiful lakes. The trouble with these places is that they're remote and they bloody suck trying to get to them. I'm about halfway up the tier and I got about well, I guess that means I got half to go. But if you have a look behind me there, you'll see the crests of the tiers, and back down that way is where I've come from. Huntsman's Hideaway's back down in the gorge down there. That's the other side over there onto the tiers. But I'm hoping another hour and I'll be there. Getting pretty close now. Maybe half an hour to go. I'm a bit shattered, but once I get to the top it'll all be flat and hopefully a bit less of a struggle. Okay, so I'm getting pretty close. The tiers, pretty sensational. I reckon I got 200 vertical meters left and about 500 horizontal ones. And I'll be over the top. But have a look at that. So I've made it. About a kilometre that way, first lake that I'll fish, and yeah, the hard part's over. Well, the very hard part's over. Now I just got to walk across land. It's pretty flat, not a lot of trees, but most importantly, not a lot of up and downs. And there you have it. The first tarn has no name. Supposedly has some fair sized trout in it though. It's actually two of them. There's another one just over. You can actually see it just behind the ridge. Come on. Okay, so I'm still in the first lagoon and I've just picked up the first trout I've seen, and it's a beaut. It'd be, I don't know, 1.5 kilos, 2 kilos on a red tag, and it was just rising out behind me. Too much. can't make a fire up here, so I can't cook it. And too much fish for me to eat anyway. Had a nice feed of trout down the bottom of the valley, so I'll just let him go. Grab my forceps. Pull that out. But that is a beautiful fish. Took quite a bit of line off me. Sensational. Alright, buddy. So this is home for last night and tonight anyway. I'm not sure, I may move tomorrow. There's Grub Lake behind it. I'm nestled in behind this rocky mass here. Keep the wind away. Everything was covered in ice this morning. It all melted off as soon as the sun hit it. Been quite a nice day. Good blue sky day, good for polarizing. I'm going to give you a 360 view here. I'll be heading that way tomorrow. I'm going to head all the way up into that valley up in behind there. I'm going to go to Frank's Lake. I came this way today. This is Grub Lake. I've just fished that now, caught a couple of nice trout. A bit earlier on I was up over there behind that ridge, and behind that is the edge of the tier which drops down. That's where I climbed up. It's wild dogs here over there. Last year I came over the top of that one and came in the other end. And down in behind here is Second Bar Lake, and Lake Firmage is a bit further over. There's a Lake Eela over there too I want to go to. It's supposed to have some snodger trout in it. But how good is it? Here's an early morning tailor out of an unnamed lagoon. A lot of these blind lagoons, because the fish can't breed and can't get in here that often, there's not that much competition. You grow larger than average trout like that, I'm guessing maybe almost 2 kilos. Off you go, buddy. That'll be first bar lake. There's just bits of water everywhere. I'm about to go to that tiny little puddle. And who knows? Could be the home of the monster trout. I'm actually on my way to Frank's, which is up behind it. This lake behind me is Frank's Lake. I'm a bit excited about being here. There's supposedly quite a few large trout in it. The reason for that is that the stream that runs out of Frank's Lake back down into the major system is on quite a steep gradient, and only enough water flows through it every couple of years for the trout actually to gain access. And so they get a large food resource and not a lot of competition. The other reason is that you can see the steep tiers all around it. There's no major creeks running into it, or no significant creeks, and they certainly can't spawn. So the fish puts all its energy into growing larger and not into breeding. And I reckon if you told me that you can live the rest of your life somewhere happy with no shagging, I'd probably eat a lot just to feel better about it. The other reason I'm here is you notice there's a lot of trees in here. In the 60s, I think the summer of 60-61, there was a large fire. Big bushfire went right through this area. It's the reason now that it's a fuel stove only area. But took out most of these snow gums, and there's some King William pines down there. This little amphitheatre here is one of the areas that escaped the ravages of that fire. So I thought I'd like to come up here and have a squiz at that too. But hey,